Finally, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau took action against Midland Funding and its parent company, Encore Capital, and Portfolio Recovery Associates, the nation's two largest junk debt buyers, for their illegal collection activities. The CFPB specifically found that Encore Capital and Portfolio Recovery Associates bought debts that they knew or should have known were inaccurate or outside the statute of limitations. They also found that they bought debts where they knew or should have known that the underlying documents or the records were inaccurate. They also made misrepresentations to consumers that their account had been reviewed by an attorney, that a lawsuit was imminent, and misled some consumers into agreeing to auto-dialed calls to their cell phones. They found that they filed lawsuits that they had no intention to prove if the consumer contested it. They found that they filed misleading affidavits in their lawsuits against consumers, and that they misled consumers and courts by stating that an undisputed debt is presumed to be valid under debt collection laws, when in fact, the federal laws governing debt collection state no such thing. As a penalty, the CFPB has ordered Encore Capital and its subsidiaries of Midland Funding and Asset Acceptance, as well as Portfolio Recovery Associates, to pay penalties and offer refunds to consumers totaling $82 million. Further, the CFPB has ordered Encore and Portfolio to stop collection on debts that it cannot substantiate. They're required to review original account-level documents verifying a debt before they can seek to collect on it. They're not to file a lawsuit unless they have specific documents and information showing that the debt is accurate and enforceable. And they're not to use affidavits to collect debts unless the statements contained within the affidavits specifically and accurately describe the signer's own personal knowledge of the facts, and the documents referenced in the affidavit have to be attached. So what does this all mean for you? This action taken by the CFPB against Encore and Portfolio was badly needed. I've represented hundreds of consumers who've been sued by Encore, Midland Funding, Asset Acceptance, Portfolio Recovery Associates, and dozens of other junk debt buyers who all have the problems described in the CFPB order. If you're currently being sued by Midland Funding, Asset Acceptance, or Portfolio Recovery Associates, I think it's important to get them to admit on the record what steps they did to verify the accuracy of the information on the account before they filed the lawsuit. This consent order calls all documentation and affidavits submitted in these cases into question. Often courts will allow documents submitted by Midland Funding and Portfolio Recovery into evidence without a whole lot of scrutiny. However, this order makes it clear that courts should be very skeptical of the documents submitted by any of these debt buyers, and they should require that the rules of evidence be strictly enforced to ensure that fraudulent or inaccurate documents are not the basis of a judgment. Thanks for watching.